This week on A7, Episode 8, Synchronicities, How the Universe Talks to Us. Synchronicities are meaningful coincidences, as defined by Swiss psychologist Carl Jung. He stated as simultaneous occurrences of events that seem related but are not caused by each other. They function as homing beacons, or symbolic moments that feel emotionally significant, suggesting a connection between inner mental states and outer world synchronicities. This is when the universe enters your chat, where your intuition, your higher self, your unconscious, your guides, and the field all ping at once. Synchronicities are not signs sent to you. They are co-created feedback loops between your consciousness and the architecture of reality. Let's look at some examples and how it's revealed to you. When you are thinking of someone, say an old friend, and immediately you encounter them or you receive a call from them, or it could be a meaningful coincidence, having a vivid dream about a specific or unusual topic, then discovering that topic in a conversation on the next day. Symbolic timing, hearing a song that perfectly mirrors your current life situation as you are contemplating that situation. And then there's numerical alignment, frequently seeing the same sequence of numbers, 111, 222, 333, 555, 444, during moments of doubt or contemplation. Synchronicities are perfect timing, and when you experience a sudden meaningful event, like a significant person appearing precisely on the anniversary of a major life change, where your field is coherent, where your inner and outer worlds are matching, where your soul is trying to get your attention, and where you're in a moment of timeline convergence, being invited into deeper authorship. Synchronicity as a mirror, not a message. They don't tell you what to do. They tell you where you already are, and they reflect your current frequency, not your future fate. Now there's 3 types of synchronicities. Reflective, mirrors your inner state, and the purpose of that is awareness. And then there's the directive. It nudges you towards alignment, and the purpose of that is course correction. And conformational validates a shift or a decision, and this is the stabilizing aspect of it. Synchronicities identified during transitions, identity dissolving, new timeline forming, nervous system opening, field reorganizing. You're more permeable to guidance. In an ascension process and your individual awakening, synchronicities help you stay on track and confirm you're in the right place at the right time, doing the right things. It's moreover confirming and validating. Now, let's join the panel for another fascinating discussion. All right.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone, to Andromeda 7, your celestial gateway. And hey, come on in, everybody. Let's have a chitty chat. It's good to see you all. Sorry we all missed you last week, but man, we've been so busy and we've got a lot going on. But we're here tonight, and that's what matters, right? And I've got Theresa with me tonight. Thanks, Theresa, for being here. Got Grandpa Brian. Always a pleasure to have you on. Thank you. And of course, Sophia, our resident witchy poo. I like it. Let's go ahead and see who's in chat real quick, and then we'll get to the topic. Hello, Lucky Stone. Good to see you. I love what you're doing, you and Brian, on your channel. That's wonderful stuff. I usually catch it after, so I like it. And I like to see Trina on there too. It's always good to see her as well. Love her input. Loretta Enigma, good to have you here as well. Always a pleasure. Mary Wins, how are you, my dear? It's good to see you. Wonderful. And Gazakov,
Dear,
how are you? It's been a while. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well and everything's going good with your farming and your bees and all that. That's pretty exciting stuff. I love
he's in a
that.
whole new realm now. He's got animals and he's
That's
taking
amazing.
it all the way.
I
Yeah.
love it. Good for him. Very good. All right. Well, welcome to the Human Curriculum. This is episode 8, Synchronicities, How the Universe Talks to Us. And there's a lot going on here. So we have a lot to talk about. It's so fascinating, synchronicities and how they work, from recognizing, repeating patterns, numbers, things like that. We're going to get into all that, the different types of synchronicities. But we do not create our destiny. We participate in its unfolding. And synchronicity works as a catalyst towards the working out of that destiny. So tonight I thought we would go ahead and we'll talk about the 7 different types of synchronicities. And we'll ask the panel if you've ever dealt with these types of synchronicities and how it relates to you. And tonight we'll start with you, Theresa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the types of synchronicity is that deja vu. Everyone's had that deja vu. We all know what that feeling is like. It's that sudden, intense feeling that you've already experienced a current situation. And it's often dismissed as like a memory glitch, or sometimes viewed as a sign that you're exactly where you're meant to be in your life script. And there's a familiarity about it where you just feel like, wow,
Yeah.
I've felt this before. And I really believe that familiarity is when you're in alignment with the script, your pre-birth script that you come in with. That's when you know you're on that right path, that you're feeling like you're following that alignment with your script. How about you? What do you have to say about the deja vu aspect of things?
I get it all the time, and I didn't always recognize it for what it was, but
Mm-hmm.
I've come to understand it's a validation of my life path choices. I get little nudges from spirit all the time that I'm exactly where I am supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had a couple dreams, just as I've been processing things about my former life and where I was in Maryland and things I left behind and people. And
Big changes for you.
yeah, but I'm having a series of dreams now that are echoing the process that I was working through different symbology and different people, different environments. Like last night, it was a Victorian style community with Gothic architecture. And it was real heavy and dark, and all the people were real heavy. Everything's reflecting back to me what I was feeling inside, wanting to get away from Maryland and wanting to start a new life. And even the processes that we were going through in the dream and all the details and symbology were just reflections of certain facets of the things I had already experienced. So I'm re-experiencing similarities, but they're synchronicity because I had just been talking about it a couple of days ago, and I had just contacted someone from my family. And so that triggered, now that things are settling down here, it triggered the dream. So sometimes it comes in the form of visions or dreams. And then sometimes it's a soul memory, I think, like a life in a different dimension, because I'll get a flashback of something that occurred between me and another version of myself and yet another version of another person who I'm currently in contact with here. And the personality, the persona is the same, but there's slightly different energy. But I could tell that that person's energy is the same as the energy I experienced in another lifetime. And usually that person's reflecting back something really cool to me. And if I'm not paying attention, I'll miss it. I'll miss those moments. And then there's the getting yourself into alignment. We lost Laurie. Can you all hear me? It's getting yourself into alignment. Prompt Pay attention, indicating it's time to heal, move forward, and recognize a repeating lesson in your life. So again, we're back to the cycle of notifying, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. And once you notify the patterns, that's a synchronicity too. So those are the ones I kind of thought of. And here lately, while she's coming back, my porch is a portal. My porch is a portal for spirit activity. I have a camera, a ring camera system, and I can see everything that's going on at nighttime. And there's so many activities. There's orbs, there's globes, there's shooting figures. I've got it set to infrared, and I've narrowed the band of frequency, but I can still see all of a sudden a cat just appears. And it doesn't show it walking up the steps. It doesn't show it walking down the steps, but I'll be thinking of something in my life and I'm noticing a pattern. The cats won't come for a whole week. And then all of a sudden they'll start showing up when there's an orb. You'll see a cat on the camera. I'm still having that. So it's things like that where they remind you of things. And there's a landing pad, like a platform of spirit activity that just lands on my porch, and sometimes I connect with spirit. And it could be a song or a tune, but it's a feeling like I've already been there, already seen it, already done it. So it's definitely deja vu. And I'm like, I've done this before, but usually these cats will appear, and these cats are not real. Okay, they're not the ones that are stray cats in the neighborhood. So that's another place of doing it, is it's recognizing when you have a portal that's open of energy and knowing how to manage that portal appropriately and yourself. It makes all the difference. So how about you, Sophia? Oh, Sophia, take yourself off mute. There you go.
I do see patterns where it's just like, I don't believe in coincidence because I've seen too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, that's when I see patterns or deja vu, for me, depending on how I feel when it happens, kind of indicates what kind of interaction's going on. So if I have the deja vu and I'm not feeling right, it's like I pause to kind of see what's going on. And then sometimes I'll get deja vu. It's like, I've been here before. So for me, that would be like past life. I've got sirens in the back. Sorry, guys.
That's
I don't know
okay.
if you hear that or not.
That's okay. It happens.
Good luck, people. But I think dreams are about the same, as far as like the different flavors, like deja vu. There's different kinds. There's different kind of dreams. There's different kind of omens or signs, or ways that your guides or spirit might manifest and communicate. So it's I don't know. Synchronicities for me are usually a green light, unless I get that that feeling.
Right.
So that's how I've navigated them.
Cool. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Brian, how about you? What kind of deja vu do you experience? And do you see it as a message from spirit?
I kind of look at it more like you were showing a glimpse possibly into the future, to where your conscious actually didn't perceive it, but your subconscious did. So when that situation comes up, your subconscious triggers your consciousness to say, you've already been there. You've seen this already. That's why you recognize it. Then again, it could be just a glitch in the matrix, and the glitch happens so quick, again, that the conscious mind doesn't pick it up, but the subconscious mind does. So the subconscious mind is telling the conscious mind, this just happened.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I look at deja vu. But I think it's more, we're showing glimpses of the future that our consciousness can't comprehend, but our subconscious does. So when that situation arises, the subconscious triggers the conscious mind. It's like, you've already been here before. You've already seen this. You know the outcome already.
Very good. Thank you. Laurie, we did a round on the deja vu. It's back to you now.
Okay. Well, obviously, I'm having some technical issues, but hey, that's the nature of the beast.
Oh, we have someone joining us, Laurie.
Okay.
MKE Jarwal from India. Hi, all. Great panel
Oh,
and a great topic. My son gets
wonderful.
deja vu visions. How to enhance it? Any guidance? Thanks.
Mm.
Good question. How can you bump it up?
Yeah. By recording it, by making a mental note, everything you're getting in that vision, jot it down, keep a record of it, because you may have something come up in the future about it. Pay attention to the signs and the signals. Yeah, just be consciously aware of those visions and what you're seeing. I've been getting some pretty good visions as well. And it's like, the best way I can describe it is it's kind of like when you look at a negative of a photograph, it's kind of a black and white type sketch in my mind, and it just flashes. It's like it's there for a few seconds, enough for your brain to kind of process it and figure it out. But it's fascinating. So yeah, if he's doing that, that's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I need to kind of get back into the groove here. Okay, so you guys talked about the deja vu and the different types of things that happen for you. Okay, how about this one? How about the psychic phone? You're thinking of somebody, a specific person right before they call you or text you. I can't tell you how many times, oh my gosh, I was just thinking about you. I was going to call you, like your sibling or, a family member or a good friend or something like that. We're very pattern oriented, but we're also always transmitting information. And you're a receiver as well. So when someone's thinking about you, they're transmitting that signal to you. You're picking it up, and then you realize, oh, the phone rang. How about you, Theresa? Does that happen with you quite a bit?
That's a great way to describe it.
Mm-hmm.
A psychic phone call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it happens all the time, especially with you because we work so closely together.
No doubt.
It could be any time during the day, and I'll look up and I'll go, Laurie, and then beep, 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 tweet on the text. So it happens to us all the time. And people that you're really familiar with or close to, I think I'm more heightened awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a natural psychic connection to like your husband or your daughter or your sister or brother. But sometimes I'll just be thinking of somebody. I was thinking of little Michaela the other day. I don't know if people remember her, but I did a lot. I used to take care of this little kid named Michaela, and she spent a lot of time with me all the time. And I've missed her. I missed having the little ones and Cheyenne, her sister, before that. So I was thinking about the girls. I was just thinking about them. And about a day later, not even a full day, you know how Facebook comes up with memories?
Mm-hmm.
They're showing a camping trip that I took with the girls, and I had them both sitting at the table working on some art projects. And their mom, Jen, she was a good friend. And then the very next day, I saw all these fairy villages, which is what I had Michaela building with me in the gardens. And we were creating fairy garden work.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing I know, I'm exchanging a text message with Jen, and I haven't talked to her in a long time. So it's like they give you a heads up, something's coming, and so I'll go what, and I've had it happen with my brother and my sister, mostly my sister.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get a feeling, something's not right, and I'll give her a call, and sure enough, she's going through a health issue. So it was good to call her and talk to her. Or something's bothering her, something's really heavy on her heart. And I'll have a heart-to-heart talk with her the next day, and sure enough, she had some heavy things on her heart. Yeah,
definitely.
Remember that? And yet I was just remembering a time. And the last one, and I'll let it go to the others. Music. Oh my God. My sister communicates with me from beyond through rock and roll music. her favorite were the Beatles. One of them, anyway.
Yeah.
And but she's always playing the Beatles, or both earlier versions and later versions. So I'll hear this song and I can't get it out of my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be humming it or singing it for a couple of days. I'll go, oh, that's my sister.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll see a TV show where she looked like Sandra Dee, because my sister did look like Sandra Dee. And I go, oh my God, it is her. It's her.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to get me for some reason.
Uh-huh.
There's a reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I find out, call our other sister, something's wrong.
Because she's aware of something you're not. She's trying to get your attention.
And like I was thinking of Darlene.
Synchronicity.
Yep. She tries to get my attention. She tries to get it with this. What do you call it when the worm? You can't get the tooth.
Oh, it's called an earworm.
An earworm? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or a spirit will contact me from beyond wanting help with something, and like music. So music is a good synchronicity if you think about it, more so than angel numbers for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Brian? Do you get that psychic phone situation as well, where you're picking up on someone's vibe they're putting out?
Oh, most definitely. And it goes back. If we all have the spark of source in us and we're all a part of source, that means we're all connected. So it just makes sense that if I'm thinking of you or you're thinking of me, the other person is feeling what you're thinking because we're all connected.
Mm-hmm. One great big network.
Exactly. So, it's not eerie, but it's almost comical sometimes when you're just like, oh, I was just thinking of you, and they're calling you.
Mm-hmm.
It's because of how connected we truly are with each other. And people don't realize that. They just think it's a coincidence, but they just don't realize that there is a psychic connection between all of us. We just don't know how really to access. We've been dumbed down. That's why we're not able to access that, because
or you kind of poo-poo it and think, oh, that couldn't be happening. But then you realize it happens over and over, and that can't be happenstance. In my mind, that's not happenstance. That literally means you're picking up on that energy, that vibe.
Yeah, when you realize that you are everything and everything is you, and that includes you four sitting there and everybody in the chat, we're all connected.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise we wouldn't be here.
Yep. So true. How about you, Sophia? You pick up on that psychic line too, that phone?
Yeah, yes, I do. And it's funny because it happens to my mom all the time. It's like I'll be, going through my day, and then my mom will come to mind, and I'll call her, and she'll answer her cell phone laughing. She was like, I knew you were going to call, because every time I talk to, my sister about you, my aunt, and she's like, you call. And I was like, I can't help it. So yeah, I pick up on it. I mean, it's like everybody was saying, we're connected. Yeah.
I just don't. I'm not surprised by it anymore. You and especially like Sophia with you, where you're every single day you're working with spirit.
Right.
You get that message anyway, from the non-living as you do with the living. So it's kind of a trip, because it's just the way it works. Those lines and connections, we're connected constantly, just as Brian was saying. That's so true. So true. Okay. All right. Now let's go to the next one. How about this one? Environmental mirroring. It's a Spotify sync, so to call it. Encountering an external media like a song on the radio, and Theresa touched on that just a few minutes ago, or a billboard, or an overhead conversation that uses the exact words you were just thinking or writing. Sometimes this happens to me. I'll be watching a YouTube channel, and I'll say, or somebody else will say a word, and it's literally in sync with what I just heard. Has that ever happened to you guys?
Yeah.
How about you, Theresa? Do you ever experience that Spotify sync feeling?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, where you're like, whoa, that was weird.
I just didn't know what it was called, environmental
Uh-huh.
mirroring. And yes,
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking about songs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, words. Absolutely. And they'll come in strange ways that you don't expect, like a piece of business mail. You
Mm-hmm.
might be getting something from the mortgage company or something from a health insurance company, and there are certain words that are used in the opening paragraph. And then you turn around and see it, an actor on TV, on a TV program, saying the same thing. And then you'll see an advertisement at the store the next day with the same words.
Mm-hmm.
And you go, okay, so something is trying to come through that can't connect directly. So
Yeah.
they're sending the same words that have a meaning. And I don't always know what it is right away. It could be a week later or 2 weeks later.
Yeah. And how often do you pick up on it? How
Not
often do you put
often.
those pieces together and go, wait a minute, that
Well,
happened there,
life is
and
so
that happened
busy.
there. I know.
I mean,
It's like, is it escaping your awareness, or are
yeah,
you kind of, are you picking up on it, or are you not picking up
but
on it?
they'll keep it up. Whatever it is,
Yeah.
it keeps going for
Mhm.
like days on end, and until you finally go, oh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then you recognize it. Yeah, exactly, Sophia. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Brian? You get that sync too, that Spotify sync, or maybe you see a license plate or something that catches your attention.
Yes, mainly with music. Sometimes because it seems like it's someone reading my mind. Because I got, I don't know how many songs on my playlist, and there's probably many more that I forgot about that I really liked, and all of a sudden I'll think of a song, and
Mm-hmm.
then
Yeah.
I'll get on YouTube and boom, right there's that song. It's like scroll down 2 or 3 and boom, it's popping up. It's like, wow, how did that happen? Because I didn't verbally say anything. I was just thinking about that, whatever it
Yeah.
is, and then all of a sudden it just pops up in my feed.
Mm-hmm.
I've had that happen with. I was wanting to get a book, and and this wasn't even at a bookstore. All of a sudden, I just seen the book. It was that place. They had a small selection of books, but the book just so happened to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just little synchronicities like that. It makes you think, wow, is somebody reading my mind? Is it? Get back to
Is
like
there a
more like
message in there for me?
I just remembered something, Brian. You just triggered me. A memory. This was years ago, but and this happened to me the other day with something else, but unrelated. But I was listening to the radio, and I had these old songs on, and a song came on, "When the Shark Bites," do 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 do, and later that day, I went up to the store to get some food, and I was at the seafood counter, and then there was shark meat. We never have shark meat, never, right? And this was a different state, though. This was South Carolina. I was going camping.
Huh.
So, and I was with some other people. And then I was driving down the road, and there was a billboard, and it has a shark up on it. And it shows this half-naked little kid with her butt, and then there's a shark, and on the beach, it's just a billboard. And then I heard the song again, "When the Shark Bites," right? So the next morning, we were heading down to the beach, all of us, the kids and me and Jen. And we get in the water, and there's sharks, right? And Jen's like, "Get out of the water." And we're like, "Why? Don't go out that deep. You don't need to go out that deep. There's sharks out there." And we're like, "We don't see any sharks. We're swimming on top of the water." And she's like, "Get out of the water. Get out." And she was like really upset. Sure enough, so we get out, we comply, we get out. And the next day, it showed a video of a plane that had flown over the beach and showed all the sharks feeding underneath of us while we were swimming over the top. And there were 2 shark bites that people suffered from. That people were suffering from. So I was being warned. I wasn't paying attention. I was being warned about shark bites. I should never have taken that kid out there with me. It was too deep.
Wow.
And they were right underneath, and it showed the aerial photographs of all the sharks underneath. So you could bet you I started paying more attention to those kinds of things, you know? And that was a long time ago, but yeah.
Wow. We would love to do that for you, but we're not doing the readings tonight. You can occasionally we do our psychic readings sometimes at the end of the month, so keep a lookout for that. But we're focusing on the human curriculum tonight. Okay, just wanted to let you know that. Okay, so Brian, anyway, did you have anything more you wanted to say on that sync stuff?
No.
Okay.
There's just a lot of synchronicity out there. I mean, like today when I bought my food tonight, my total was 3311.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that in the second half of this show, the numerology and those numbers, those reappearing numbers. Yeah, fascinating. How about you, Sophia? What do you experience on that Spotify sync? And I noticed you had a train going by.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
No, it's all good. I wonder what does that have to
engines, now trains. What's going on?
I mean, it's an active evening here in Madison County. So I get it a lot. Well, for me, it's like I'll be on a road trip and we'll be having a conversation, and it's not a common word that's said, and then the conversation will happen, the word said, and I'll look up and it'll be either like on a billboard or on a card, you know, stopping at a rest stop. It's like Nick said, that's how I call those like God winks. When you observe things, see things, and then whatever flavor it is, like 777, or 333s. For me, that's just 3 to that degree. So it's about communication, expression, navigating, situations. But I don't know. Yeah, it's there a lot.
Isn't it amazing all the different ways that the universe speaks to us? And I really believe that's what's going on here, because we're picking things up, and they can't just pick up the phone and go, well, listen, Laurie, this is what's going on today and blah blah blah. They have to go, when the shark bites, and you're like, what huh? So be aware, pay attention to this kind of stuff, because it really really makes a difference. And when you're aware of it, then you can kind of decipher those messages, and then you get the message. So know that the universe is always trying to chat with you. It's whether or not you're being receptive to it, and you're picking up the clues and the little breadcrumbs they're leaving for you.
Without getting into too many details, because I don't need to, but there was a spirit trying to get a hold of me in the past 24 hours, me and Laurie. And
perfect example.
The first thing I got was a vision, but I didn't know what the vision meant. And this spirit was involved in this vision. And so she was trying to reach out to communicate. And she started with a song, Mustang Sally.
You were trying to get her name.
I was trying to get her name. And so she was coming across with Mustang Sally. And she showed me Fig Newtons. And I don't know, there were just a bunch of clues as to who she was and what she was trying to get my attention for. And had I not been paying attention to these little snippets of information, I wouldn't have been able to put them all together to figure out who she was. And we did figure it out. So that is that was an actual spirit trying to get attention for a certain purpose. So some things are really important and meaningful and purposeful. And it's good to just increase your awareness of these things. That's why we're having this discussion tonight, is so that you don't just brush it off as a coincidence or a circumstance, right?
Right. Yep. All right. So we got another one. We got, how about this one? Happenstance, destiny meetings, meeting the exact person you need at the perfect moment to solve a problem or start a significant relationship. I cannot tell you how many times in my business I would go, universe, this is what I need today. I just lost 2 or 3. Now I need to fill those shoes. Can you help me? And the phone will ring, or somebody walks through the door, or one of the employees comes in and goes, I know somebody that's looking for work.
Uh-huh.
You know, something along that
Yep.
that stretch. How about you, Theresa? You get that happenstance destiny
All the
meetings?
time, and I just got one last week.
Okay.
I was driving through the community on my power scooter. Yeah, I was going up to the mailbox, and
That's quite the scooter you have, by the way.
yeah. And you and I have been talking about me hanging these screens out here on the porch for
On your patio.
sunscreen and privacy.
Yeah, block that sun out.
Yeah, and there was a discussion I had with a next door neighbor about what's allowed in the community and what isn't, in terms of what you can put up in your carport area and what you can't. And you and I had been talking about the screens I had just ordered. And I said, I hope I'm still in compliance and not going to ruffle any feathers here, because I really need this. And the one we had put up was really nice, you know. So I went down to the mailbox and I ran into the ground maintenance guy, Jeff. And Jeff says, how's it going? And I said, oh, pretty good. We just put up a screen. And hey, I have a quick question for you. What are people doing about replacing the lattice work in the driveway? And he goes, oh, we're not allowing you to put that up anymore. As it breaks, take it down. And we have a new standard that we'd like people to start using. There's a guy in the community who specializes in this, and he can come give you a quote. And there's a screen over there. You can see what someone's using. And just as we were talking, the guy pulls up in his truck. And he's not usually in this community unless he has a project, and he didn't have one current. But he gets out because he sees Jeff, and Jeff goes, oh, we were just talking about you. I was just telling her, Theresa, I'd like you to meet this guy. And so he gives me his card, and he's very reasonable. And if I do feel it's necessary to replace those 2 sections, I can call him right away. He's just the guy I needed at just the right price, because he's the child of someone who lives in this community, and he makes money doing this. Not child, but the son of. And he's an adult. Young
man.
Yeah, he's a young adult, but he does really good work. And I saw his work. I'm thinking about what I need, and the right person shows up at the right time.
Guy just pulls up, drives up, and boom, he's there.
Yeah, exactly. With a card. Here you go. Yeah.
Amazing. How about you, Brian? Do you experience that happenstance, that destiny meetings? Things that just happen out of the blue, and you're like, whoa.
I think we're led to these encounters. I think it's
like nudged a little bit from the universe, kind of nudged. Yeah.
And I think that we meet certain people, and the reason why we meet certain people is to actually meet the person we're supposed to meet. Like, I met a girl or lady online dating, and I knew we really weren't going to date long because I could just sense the negative energy around her.
Yeah.
But she was the one that introduced me to Jim and Heather. So it was the encounter of the meeting. Link. Right. The meeting her to basically, like you said, my destiny was to meet Jim and Heather.
I believe that.
I needed another person to make that connection for me to meet both of them. And I think we have that happen to all the time, that someone just comes in our life just to give us that direction to where we're supposed to meet the person that we were really meant to meet.
Yep. Excellent point, Brian. Yep. Spot on. That's exactly how it works. Yeah. And you are aware of it. So when you met Heather, and you went there, did that resonate with you? Were you like, whoa, this is where I need to be?
Well, she asked me if I ever had a psychic reading done. I was like, no.
Mhm.
So we went down to all my relations, and I had a reading with Jim. And what I loved about it, I got a hug before the session even started, and I got a hug afterwards. I mean, because that's Jim.
Yes. Yeah.
And
He's an amazing guy. They both
he
are
was,
amazing people.
I was like, I felt this connection.
Hmm.
I don't know what it was, but there was just this connection. He was like, you ought to come to our group meeting Wednesday night.
Hmm.
Well, I was hooked after that.
Yep.
You know,
Kismet.
just then I started going to class. It was like meeting that person put me on the path to where I am now, even though that person was only in my life a
Hmm.
month or two.
Hmm.
That was the direction that I needed to go, was through that person to
Hmm.
meet Jim and Heather, and then bam.
Significant connection. Yeah.
It's history after that. You all know, I mean, my life changed and it's taken a total different direction. And that was the direction my life needed to go. And I
Hmm.
needed to go through that one person
Right.
to get to where, boom, now I'm on that path and going strong.
And it feels right. And it feels good. Right.
Yeah, exactly. And the funny thing is, she came to one group meeting after that, and I haven't seen her back at group since.
So that was the purpose of the meeting. And
Was
that makes it obvious to you because she didn't stick
exactly
around. That was
right.
that was her role to play in your connection with Jim and Heather. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fantastic. I love that. How about you, Sophia? Do you get that happenstance destiny meetings things happen? Any examples of that?
Yeah, I've had it happen a couple times. The one thing that came to mind was like a rescue one. I ran out of gas on the side of the road in Tennessee at 2 o'clock in the morning, and
Oh my God.
someone pulled over to help me, and I was, scared. This was before cell phones. Okay. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And when the cab opened up, he had like golf clubs and pictures of his family on the dash. And I'm thinking, this has got to be, it's just, you could feel the benevolence
Mm-hmm.
in his face. And that you can tell when spirit does it on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like a guardian angel feeling,
Mm-hmm.
that divine intervention kind of a thing.
Like the one where you see those where a dog falls and someone catches it, that type of thing, like just drinking their coffee is like, boom, there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the awareness and the connection to the people and things around you to be able to be responsible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can remember one time I was 16. I just got my driver's license. It was around 3 o'clock in the morning and I was on my way home. I was working a graveyard shift and I got off early that night. And I came around a corner and I was about a couple of miles from home and I got a flat tire and the whole back end of my car got real wishy-washy.
Mm-hmm.
And something came into my awareness that said, don't stop. Don't stop. And I'm like, but I got a flat tire. Don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
Kept going and I kept going. I made it all the way home on a rim, pulled into the driveway. Later to find out there was a hitchhiker on the road causing some problems for people.
Wow.
And I think it was the higher self was like, don't do it. Don't do it. Drive. Go ahead, Sophia. Go ahead.
What about, when something happens and you're delayed on your route?
Mm.
And then you realize that if you would have been on time, you would have been caught up in some accident or traffic or
Right.
Taking a different route home. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
avoiding an accident because you took a different route. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So think about those things. Definitely. Okay. Brian, go ahead.
Jim talks a story about that he didn't listen to his inner voice.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, why do I want to turn here? I live straight down this road, and they kept telling him to turn. Well, Jim didn't listen. Well, guess what happened? Jim was speeding, and he got pulled over and got a ticket.
Oh, I know what you mean on that. That's happened to me a couple of times. You might want to slow down,
You know,
No, I'm in a hurry. I got to get there. No,
Yeah.
you might
Yeah,
want to slow
slow
down.
down.
And then boom,
Yep.
you're right. Yes.
So
Yes.
how can you tell the
Uh-huh.
difference? This is cute. This is interesting to me.
Okay.
How can you tell the difference between your gut instincts and intuition versus a synchronicity?
Mm-hmm.
Is
I
it not? Is
honestly think they're
is
one
it
and
your
the same.
intuition? Is one
Yeah.
the same?
I think it's the same.
So
Yep.
intuitive psychic readings or intuitive downloads from spirit are the same as having your own higher mind give you intuition about something. Go ahead, Sophia.
Sophia's got it.
It depends on where the information, where I'm getting it, as to what nature
Uh-huh.
it is. So I think all the above.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
But just
That
depends on the
person.
I think
specific
so too.
situation. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Because
But-
sometimes you can feel it and other times it
Yeah.
doesn't feel that. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But the bottom line is you're picking up on the awareness of
Right.
that message. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, then let me ask this question. Do you
Okay.
think, let me
Uh-huh.
ask the panel this one more question.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that if you're consciously aware and
Mhm.
spiritually awake and consciously aware, you're better at reading better? You're more attuned to these synchronicities than when you weren't as consciously aware in spirit? Can highly spiritual people still be null and void of recognizing synchronicities? Or is it a frequency that you vibrate out, Sophia?
I feel spirit will reach you if you allow it, and vibration determines the nature of the thing, and where that thing is vibrating is where the communication is the clearest and the strongest.
Okay.
That's how I'm answering that.
That makes sense.
Makes total sense.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I think it also has something to do with you, because there's times that you're open and there's times that you have yourself closed off.
For a
when you have
reason.
so when you have yourself closed off, you're really not receptive to those
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
messages.
That's
But
a
when
great
you're
point.
when
too.
you're open,
Messages,
you're
Yeah.
receptive to them.
Mm-hmm. Very
What'd
good
you say?
point,
What'd you
Brian.
say, Sophia?
when I shut myself down on purpose,
I do too.
sometimes.
I do
Mhm.
too.
And with
Mhm.
the stipulation that if I'm in harm or someone needs my help, that can and will come through.
Yes,
So, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's about setting priorities and boundaries.
Yeah.
Well,
And that-
everybody needs a little downtime. You can't always
Temperance.
be on.
Oh yeah, yeah. I agree
Yeah.
with you, Brian. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are times where you're like, nope, shutting it down. Yep, shutting it
Yep.
down.
Like when you go to play your game, Laurie, you just basically shut everything down because you're so focused on your game.
Oh yeah, hyper focused. Yep.
Mhm.
What's this, Sophia?
I just heard Theresa say temperance, and I looked down, and there's the cards. We were talking about that.
Synchronicity.
Yeah.
That's right.
There you go. Perfect example right there, right?
Boom.
I have 2 more cards in front of me, Theresa. Can you guess them? You got one.
Ah, you got 2 more in front of you, huh?
Yeah, can you guess them?
Are they along the same lines as that one?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, then in that case, balance and harmony.
I
comes to
just
my
got
mind.
balance and harmony too. That's funny you said that.
Did you?
That's what I heard, but I could have picked up on your vibe.
I know, and you do.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Wheel of Fortune.
Okay.
Balance, harmony, progress,
Well, that
love.
would
There
encompass
it
them
is.
all. Yeah. That would encompass them all.
Wow.
Okay.
There
Those
you
are
go.
Proof's
these
in
are
the
what are called
pudding.
the greater Norns.
Wow.
I'll be darned. Look at that.
Yeah. Amazing.
I see the
Good
wheel.
job, Theresa.
feel
You want to
Yeah.
take one more stab?
I could try. Go ahead. As long as it's on subject.
Do you want to guess
Who, me? Do I
Mhm.
want to guess?
the last card? You got the other 2.
I know. I would say follow the light. It's a light signal that you're getting. If you think of synchronicities, it's like a light language.
Look at the screen, Theresa.
No, No way. Oh, come on. Really?
That's Odin.
Yeah.
That's the card.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Odin represents that gateway of love and light just as much as Jesus
Knowledge.
does or any other figure.
Really cool. Really cool.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, I
Oh,
would say
that's
we're
cool.
tuned into each other.
Yeah, that was
Definitely.
fun.
Definitely.
Playing alone.
Okay, let's go on to the next one.
pretty
This
cool.
is number 5 of the 7 of these types of synchronicities. And it's serendipity, the right place at the right time. Have you ever felt that? I'm in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. And experiencing an accidental good fortune, such as stumbling upon a book that answers a specific question, or you've been pondering, or finding a lost object when you needed it. You know, Theresa, I know that's happened to you many times. That serendipity where you're like, it just pops up for you. That accidental good fortune is a good way to put it.
accidental good fortune. That's a better way of
Mhm.
serendipity is a big word for me.
Let me tell you, it's not something you put chips in, okay? It is not a type of dip, okay?
Things pop up, but you know when that usually happens to me? That usually happens to me in the dream world, in my subconscious. Not typically day to day.
Mhm.
Things will pop up and I'll go, what the hell was that dream about? And then I'll call you in the morning and go, what? So you put me onto some tools that I could use to help with that, because I tell you, sometimes symbology is really freaky in dreams.
Mhm.
And things don't mean what you think they do at all.
Yep.
And so things will just pop into my consciousness, like Brian was saying earlier. You bring it with you into the waking world, and then you're reminded of something that you need to pay attention to. And I think I mentioned it too. It doesn't always kick in right away, though. It might be something that comes up 2 or 3 days from now, but it usually does. And I'll go, I just had that in a dream, you know?
Wow.
So that's how it occurs to me. But typically it doesn't just pop in unless it's about someone you're really close to, really connected to. Laurie and I lived like 8-9 minutes away.
Yeah, if that.
If that.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Pretty
I think
close.
she's driving a jet plane, leaves here, and she's home in 5 minutes. I'm like, how the hell did you do that? So
I caught every green light. Isn't that serendipity?
she's thinking coconut shrimp. That's what I'm having for dinner tonight. Right? That's what she's thinking.
This happens a
And
lot.
she and her mom are talking about fixing coconut shrimp.
Or we're in the middle of it.
Or they're in the middle of eating it. She
Yep.
contacts me, says, what's up? I'm like, I'm making some coconut shrimp and rice. And it's all the freaking time. She's either having pizza, I'm having pizza. They're having burgers, I'm having a burger. What the hell?
Yeah.
And there's sometimes it's the next day. I won't know what she had. We haven't talked about it. I've eaten something. She's eaten something. And the next day I'm having what she and her mom had the night before. The exact same thing. Cheeseburger with a spinach salad, or they had a side salad. There's only a subtle difference, but it's things that are that simple. Now that doesn't mean anything, right? It's not meaningful. You're not learning a lesson from it other than how to eat healthy, because a lot of times we eat healthy dishes.
Yes.
Guess what I'm having tonight? And I'm putting this in it and I'm putting that in it. And she's like, oh, that's really healthy. We're having that too. Things like that. They'll pop up. They're nonsensical kind of things.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah.
How about you, Brian? Do you experience that serendipity, the right place at the right time situation?
Yeah, I think it's the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind is powerful. It is actually putting it out into the universe. And
every thought is put out in the universe.
Right. And it's just the universe responding back to your subconscious thought. I mean, we all know how powerful our thought is. Our subconscious thought is even more powerful than our conscious thought, because it reacts so much quicker than what our conscious thought does.
17 seconds is how long it takes for that thought to get out there. 17 seconds.
So Just think of how much your subconscious is actually putting out there in the universe and what is actually coming back to you. Because not
Yeah.
everything your subconscious puts out there is going to come back to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's only the universe, I think, looks at what's beneficial to you, and that's what we're going to send back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Also, too, if you want to take back a thought, do it before the 17 seconds. Otherwise, it's out there forever.
Exactly.
So be consciously aware of what you're thinking. And before you put that out there, like, I don't want, this to happen or something bad might happen. And what happens? The exact same, you put that thought out.
Exactly.
I think that's how powerful it is, really, truly, because you're going to attract that.
Because when you're putting it out there in the universe, it's out there for anything to grab it.
Yep. I believe that. Yeah, I agree.
So you have to really watch, because if you're putting a negative thought out there, then guess what? A negative energy out there is going to grab that thought and make it turn around and make it manifest in your life.
Yep.
So you have to really think about what you put out into the universe, because if it's negative, you're going to get a negative response, because you're just putting it out there, and something
and the
negative
universe
is gonna
goes,
grab it.
oh, we don't know anything about no. So, okay, you're asking for that. We're going to help you get that.
Right.
They'll support whatever you think, because that's your free will.
And you have to really watch how you ask the question too, because there's certain words they don't know.
Yeah,
and
they don't know.
You say, I don't want to bring that in my life. Well, they don't know, don't.
Yeah.
So what they're hearing is, I want to bring that into my life. Not, I don't want to bring that into my life.
Right. So be consciously aware of your thoughts and what you're putting out there. And you want positive things happen, do a lot of positive affirmations, a lot of positive thinking. You want negative to happen, put the negative out there and see how quickly it comes back to you. That's a good little example in exercise. Try it.
Yeah.
Try something good and then try something bad and see what happens. Yeah. Fascinating. Sophia, how about you?
More
serendipity?
Yeah. It's the same, just a different way for acknowledgement and affirmation that I'm on the right path, doing what I need to do. That's how
I can remember many times I'd be working, and I used to work outside a lot, and it would be a beautiful sunny day, and I could just remember saying to myself, I'm in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, and it feels really good. Right. I just knew it. I just felt it, and it was nice. Yeah. I could have said, I'm having a crappy day, and I hate being here, and what good's that going to do me? But I always felt like I was in the right place.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to number 6. And this one's about repeating patterns. Repeatedly encountering a new word, maybe a concept or a specific symbol, maybe even an animal, like maybe you keep seeing rabbits, like Delabore used to do, or, a wolf or a bear or something like that. Or you were just learning about it for the first time, something, to that effect. So repeating patterns. Something, and Theresa, I know you have that with animals as well.
Yeah.
Because you'll see that kind of stuff. But what you got to say about that repeating pattern stuff?
Oh, boy, there's been so much of it. It's just, I think I've talked about it infinitum on this program. But I like this idea of the using the animal as an example. Do you know that in dream symbology, oftentimes when you're dreaming about eating or feeding someone else, preparing a meal for a group of people, harvesting a crop and sharing it with your family and neighbors, when you're dreaming about feeding others, you're dreaming about nourishment. And sometimes you find yourself, as a self-reflection of self-nourishment, you're nourishing your own psyche. And sometimes it's a message about that. Sometimes nourishment is a message about you're feeling a lack of it. You're not getting enough of it.
Mm-hmm.
where you're not giving of it enough to others. So nourishment is a big thing that comes up in my dreams. And I started noticing the birds here needing nourishment.
Mm-hmm.
And I even had one of the Spritz, you call them, the one that chooses not Sprite, yeah.
Surprise.
And so she was telling me what the birds really wanted. And I was using, I guess, a combination of my intuition and dreams about nourishment. And I started focusing on nourishing the birds. So I got them feeders to hang in the tree. I got the bird bath to fill the water to make sure they had water because it's going to be a long, hot summer. And the person who used to live here used to take care of the plants and birds and things. And so they're used to it. And they were coming up and landing on my porch railing, banging at the door, knocking at the, and I was getting this feeling that they were hungry and they were thirsty. And I had that dream
Mm-hmm.
the night before, and the night before that, and the night before that. My 3 dreams in a row, there was always a component of nourishing.
Mm-hmm.
And so the message Spirit was giving me is just like you care for the birds, you need to start nourishing yourself.
Mm-hmm. Like
More.
you're doing for them. Mm-hmm.
And so
Yep.
that's what it was about. It's that kind of, oh, this is too synchronous. This is just not a coincidence. This is
Yeah.
on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing it in my dream, and I'm feeding, and I'm nourishing everybody, but I'm not nourishing myself in the right way.
That's
And so
interesting.
I started paying attention to that. And I'm not talking about food, by the way. Nourishing the soul, nourishing the mind,
Mm-hmm.
mindfulness,
Various ways
ways
to
of
do that. Yeah.
of living.
Nourishing yourself.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what the significance was of both those things. And so
Yeah.
that's why I used it as an example. So
Love
to me,
that.
that's a repeating pattern.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yep. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be, don't think a repeating pattern has to be the same person, the same event, the same colors, the same. It's
the same message over and over and over.
Yes.
Yeah. Until you get it.
Right.
Once you get the message, then that stops repeating. Has
Yeah.
been my experience. Yeah.
Right.
How about you, Brian? Do you experience that repeating patterns thing?
Yeah, I think it's, again, like everything we talked about tonight, it's all subconscious because we like order in our life. We don't like change or chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So
You like the
subconsciously,
routine.
we create patterns to keep us in our comfort zone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's hard to break patterns once you've done something for so long because it's like ingrained in the subconscious. This is a pattern that makes you feel comfortable.
True.
So when you need to try to break out of some of these patterns. I mean, because some of the patterns that we've created for ourselves are not healthy for us. So we got to determine with our discernment on what patterns are healthy for us and what patterns are not healthy for us. So
Yeah.
everything's reoccurring, and it's all, I think it's all done with our subconscious. I mean, our subconscious is just, it's phenomenal. So it's making sure that we feel comfortable in what we were doing at that point in time.
Yeah, there's a comfort level to it. Yep. Because you know what to expect. It's the unexpected, the fear of something happening that you didn't. Yes, the unknown. Yeah. And that's why people are afraid of change. But if you embrace the change, then
embrace the unknown, knowing that it's not fearful, it's just different.
Yeah. Yep. And you can change it. Definitely. Awesome. How about you, Sophia? Repeating patterns?
Yeah, it's sometimes when it happens a lot, you know, like for me, it was like 777. I would see sevens everywhere. And then for me, a symbol was a red 7. To like, because I had a tattoo that was a red 7. It's gone now, but that was one way of like, you're on the right path, keep going, good job. So yeah,
And we are going to talk about that in the next half
Cool.
on those repeating numbers. So we'll go through all of those and tell you what each one means.
Nice.
Yeah, fascinating. Okay, so let's do the last one of these 7 types of synchronicities. Intertwined timelines. Okay. Now, do you guys experience this? It's kind of like the club sandwich, noticing that significant life events like births, deaths, anniversaries across different people in your life sharing the same dates or names, suggesting underlying connection.
Yeah.
Does that ever happen to you, Theresa?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
but I haven't always understood what it meant.
Mm-hmm.
But then looking for the patterns, sometimes it goes with number 6, it goes back to number 6. And that is you're intertwining timelines and you're remembering, oh my God, that happened to me during World War II. And then you're like, she must have been through, I wonder if she's someone I knew. So sometimes it's a signaling that you've got a connection with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a reason for it, and to pay attention. That's all it is sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's just, wow, these 3 people keep occurring in my life. One's male, one's female, one's young, one's old, one's in between. Yet they all have a very similar energy pattern. And the last 3 human beings that had these energies were not good for me.
Mm-hmm.
And they're coming back around
Giving you another opportunity to
another
make those changes.
opportunity. Right.
Mhm. Yep.
Instead of recognizing as a failed pattern or something to run away from, it's an opportunity to learn and grow from it where I was closed off from it before. Sophia?
Trina's in chat.
Hi, Trina. Hi,
Trina Bean, how's it going?
Hi, Trina Bean.
Good to have
So
you with us.
so that's how I viewed it, and it's not always from what I've experienced here in this plane of existence right now.
That's interesting.
Sometimes I'll notice, well, that's like someone from the Roman Empire that I used to hang out with, get in trouble with. And that's so, so I'll see different scenarios that I've lived in my memories through other lifetimes and other dimensions. And it doesn't have to be past. It could be presently in another multidimensional, but I'll see the pattern coming in and I'm like repeating it. And is it in my soul plan or is it not? What do I do about these 3? So it helps keep you on check. It's a check, self-check, keeps you on point. And maybe you don't want to hang out with those people. Maybe you don't want to experience that again. I don't know. But sometimes, your intuition will tell you that. Your higher mind will tell you what it is you need to feed your soul right now. So
Gotcha.
that's how I use it. A barometer.
Yeah. Yep. I like it. How about you, Brian? Do you have that intertwined timeline thing going on with you as well? Do you experience that?
Yes, I do. And most of the time it's like unfinished business or breaking karmic cycles with people.
Yeah.
Ooh, good point.
Because you may have something that keeps reoccurring lifetime after lifetime where you have a problem with this person and you've never resolved it from that very first time. So you keep having this cycle with this person until you finally get that resolved.
That same archetypal energy can also be just the same type. Yeah.
But then you have other people that, you've always had a loving relationship with, and they keep recurring back into your life to let you know, hey, there's still that love between us.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
So there's basically 2 types of people that will come into your life. One you'll have karmic cycles with that are not good, and then there's going to be other ones that you have karmic cycles with that are good. So again, you have to use your discernment.
Yeah.
Which way is this going?
Yeah.
Is this one of them?
Exactly.
And you really shouldn't push them away once you know, okay, yeah, there's a negative vibe about this person, and maybe it's from a past life. Then you got to really figure out why this happened. Why does it keep reoccurring?
Mm-hmm.
And now you know, so now it's time to heal it.
Yeah, gotcha. Hey, Nick, how you doing there, buddy? Good to see you.
Good to see you, Nick. He's working on his sound. Getting connected.
Hey, how are you?
Good. We're just
Good.
talking about the 7 types of serendipity, so to speak, synchronicities, that kind of stuff.
He's
Oh,
been
the
playing
synchronicity
along
stuff.
from chat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm glad that Nick showed up because I'm gonna have to bow out. I left my charger at home, and my computer's actively
Shutting
Oh,
down.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Bummer,
jump off
Dudette.
here. Good
Okay.
to see everybody.
All right.
And I'll catch up with you guys probably next week. Okay.
Okay,
all right,
sounds
all right.
good.
Love
Yeah.
you guys.
Love
Thank
ya.
you.
Yeah.
Much love.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right, cool. So I'll ask you, Nick, do you have those intertwined timelines thing going on, that noticing that significant event in your life?
Well, like deja vu.
Well, that's part of it, and we talked about that. But just synchronicities in general. Have you experienced that on a day-to-day basis? You listen to those?
Oh, yeah. So the biggest ones are when my guides want to talk to me. There's certain number combos that I've programmed to, like, okay, if this is the theme of what you want to tell me, you're going to show me this number.
Oh,
type
I
of
like
thing.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then there's
Oh,
also phrases.
We're ready to talk about that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Then there's also phrases. So I also have programmed, like, if my guides want to say something in word form, what they'll do is they'll make my eyes look directly at something without me thinking about it. It only counts if I'm not thinking about it. If I'm actively looking out for it, it doesn't count. But if I just glance at something specific and then it correlates with whatever's happening, I stay mindful of that. Then the coolest one that I get a lot is my phone will glitch out, and I don't know where it comes from. Don't know what the source is, but it'll play a random song.
Huh.
And then it'll
Yes.
it'll stick at a certain part of the lyrics, and then it'll repeat.
And then do you get something out of those lyrics? Does it give you that message?
Usually, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So you pick up on that.
She was asking Nick right before you popped in, because you were in transition from the chat room to driving to here. But she was talking about, I like this cute name for it, the club sandwich, intertwined timelines, noticing that significant life events, births, deaths, anniversaries across different people in your life share the same dates or names, suggesting an underlying connection. Have you picked up on any of that?
Same dates. Yeah, I see that sometimes. Like, the one that I think of on the top of my head is the fact that Bernie Spears is born on the same year as me, or the same birthday, rather.
Yeah,
I don't know if we're the same age, but it's December 3rd.
I've noticed sometimes people in my social circle where I used to be, I'm still working on that here. I'll find out, oh my gosh, they're all so much alike, or they have so much in common. Well, they're all born in March.
Yeah.
They're of a certain birth sign, or, oh my gosh, these 5 people are, I can really relate to them, but they're 75 years old. Because
Jazz can relate to that because she's surrounded by Sagittariuses.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. And
you
Sophia
personally
is a
believe.
Sagittarius as well. My
I
sister's
noticed.
a Sagittarius.
Yeah.
I noticed in our last year, I was saying, what the hell happened in Indiana? Everybody's a Sagittarian.
Right.
Yeah,
There's
there
like
you go.
6 or 7 of you in the message box. And I'm like, for Andromeda, and I'm like, I'm being bombarded by Sagittarians, but it's cool. But also, there's another pattern. A lot of you were 11s or masters.
Yeah. Yeah, I know Brian's an 11, right?
Yep.
I'm a 33.
He's a
Okay.
33.
Oh, that's right. You're
I'm an
33.
11.
Teresa's the 11. Yep.
Teresa's 11. Sophia was 11. And
Uh-huh.
Delabar was 11.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes,
lot
he
of
was.
11s.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of 11s and a lot of Sagittarians.
Yeah.
Go figure. But not everybody who's an 11 is a Sagittarian. I'm a Cancer. But
Right.
and Brian, what are you? You're
Taurus.
a Taurus, and
Yep.
he's 32. Yeah, 33.
33.
33.
Yeah. Master number.
I know in this line of work, you will meet a lot of Sagittariuses and Pisces,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yep.
those are the signs that are most drawn to the spiritual stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Yep. Good point. All right. Well, let's get into this repeating numbers thing because it keeps popping up,
Yeah.
and I want to address this. And they're sometimes called the angel numbers, and you've heard about this, where you keep seeing a specific number over and over. You might see it on a clock. You might, and the clock is really big for me. I get this a lot, like the 111 or the 222, 333, all of that. And you're always like curious, what does that mean? Like it's getting my attention. I'm noticing it. Or I'll see it on a license plate, or I'll see it on TV. Or here's another one for me. When I go to look at a YouTube video, I'll look at the time, and sometimes it'll be 111 or 333 on the time of the video. So I'm noticing these numbers. Now, if this is happening to you, let me know what numbers you're seeing in the chat there, because we're going to go over each group of numbers and let you know what this means. So if you're seeing 000, does that ever pop up for you guys? Do you ever notice zeros? If you're noticing zeros, that's new beginnings, and it represents unlimited potential, and it's a fresh start or a blank slate. That's interesting. Or let's just say you're seeing, and this is very common, and I see it all the time, 111 or 1111, just lots of ones all the time. Now that's about manifesting, and that's a sign that your thoughts are manifesting into reality. And keep your focus positive. That's what that 111 is telling you. Right, Brian?
Mm-hmm.
Happens to you? Nick,
Oh,
does that
yes.
happen to you? Do you see these numbers?
Oh yeah,
Do they pop up
sometimes
for
more
you?
than just 3 in a row. I even get 4 and 5 in a row
Mhm.
sometimes.
Yep.
Oh.
Same. Teresa, you as well?
Yeah.
Do you notice that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And in here lately, it's been more of the, my house. These things will come to me, and I'll see it on the microwave, or I'll see it on the stove,
Mm-hmm.
or I'll see it on my light, So I'll see it in reflections on things, but lots of times it's a combo number. My house
Mm-hmm.
is 69.
Mm-hmm.
That's 15, and 5 and 1 is 6. And so
And it
I'll
reduces to a 6. Yeah.
and I'll see 666 on
Yeah.
the TV, 6
Right.
hours and 66 seconds on the movie.
Right.
And it's reminding me of a call to balance and compassion, self-care.
Well, it's
Rest.
important so it's really important to recognize these numbers. And not only that, but it's the universe's language. The
Mhm.
universe uses mathematics and numbers, and that's why this is so powerful. So let's go to the 222s. Anybody out there seeing the 222s? Now, I get these as well. Now, 222 or 2222 are balance and trust. Okay, and that's a reminder that you're in the right place, encouraging trust, harmony, and patience. Okay, so that's what the energy of the 2 represents.
So what does it mean to you when you wake up at 2:22 a.m. Every morning for like a week?
Oh man.
Yeah, you're in the right place at the right time, encouraging to trust and harmony and patience.
And what if your dreams have the same symbols in them as that theme?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, here's another one. The 333 or the 3333. Now, 3s are about creativity and support. So this is encouraging you using your talents, and indicates that you're supported by spiritual guides. And I get that too, because I may be thinking about something, and then all of a sudden I notice the 333. Well, the guides know what you're thinking. They can pick up on that energy. They know where your thoughts are going and what you're thinking about. And that's a way for you to understand that it's encouraging you, and also that you're you're supported by them, and to follow up with your talents, really use those abilities. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's do the 444/4444. And that's about, and this happens to me a lot. I see fours all the time, and I have an affinity for four. I really like fours. I'll use it in a lot of passwords and things like that, or I'll double it or add to that. But 444 is about protection and stability. And that's a sign of comfort, stability, and confirmation that you're being guided and protected. That's what I get out of it too. You're doing great. We support you. You've got the support of the universe and others. And that's a really good feeling. So that's what the 444 is. Mary Wins, you made a comment about the 444 as well. So there you go on that one. Protection and stability. Okay, let's move on to the 555 or the 5555. Now, we all know that fives are major change. Now, I can tell you this. I went in to have some dental work done. I had to have a cap put on for one of my teeth. And they brought me into the room number 5. And I go, "Oh, can we do a different room?" And she goes, "No." And she goes, "Why?" And I said, "Conflict, chaos, you name it. This isn't going to go well. I'm thinking in my mind." So I get in the chair, and they have nothing but trouble putting that cap on my tooth. Nothing but trouble. Nothing wanted to stick. It didn't want to go on right. The person that was doing it was having an off day. And I'm like, "I told you I didn't want room 5. I don't want that room number." But it really indicates significant and changes, positive changes, negative changes, approaching, urging you to embrace the shift.
Yeah.
So I just had to kind of like, okay, I'll get through it. They'll eventually get this thing on me and I'll be okay and I'll be able to go. But it was a little uncomfortable, and it's major change. 5 always represents major change, and it's significant. So if you're seeing 555s, watch for the change, because that's coming. Yeah. All right, here we go. Here's another one. The 666 or the 6666. That's self-compassion. Okay. And you were talking about 6s, Theresa, with how your place reduces, your address reduces to that. And that's about self-compassion.
Yep.
6s are self-compassion. And it's a call to reframe your thoughts, focus on self-care, and bring your life back into balance.
Which I'm able to do now that things have settled down. I'm starting my gardens. I'm starting my statue repair and painting exercises that I always used to have.
Yep.
I'm going back to what mindfulness activities brought me joy and passion.
Right.
Following my passions in my new space.
And it's also about focusing on that self-care. That's exactly where you're at right now, and that's what you're doing, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Spot on, in my
opinion. I have a good one when you get to the 7s.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're getting to the 7s right now. So 7s, you guys, if you're seeing 7s, 777, 7777, and we're at 777 subscribers, which is kind of cool. That's luck and alignment. That means luck and alignment. And that's why I'm from Reno, Nevada, and we're used to the casinos, and 7 and 11 are lucky numbers. That's the crap table thing.
Blow on the dice.
Yep. Blow on the dice. 7s or 11s, baby, let's get that and we can win. But it does mean luck and alignment, and it signifies good fortune. And also it signifies spiritual awakening and that you're aligned with your destiny. So if you're seeing 7s for some reason, you're in smack dab in alignment. Theresa, you got a comment about that?
Yeah, I went through this thing here in Nevada where if you're out of state and it's the first time you've ever lived here, when you go to get a driver's license, you can't do it online or quickly. You have to physically go into the DMV, and you have to completely reapply for driver's license. And so they had been sending me all this information. I'd been researching. I'm like, Laurie, I'm going to have to retake my driver's test. I'm going to have to do that. This is a pain in the ass. Well, I was bitching and moaning and groaning about it.
You were venting.
I was venting. No, I was bitching. No. Anyway, I'm being honest.
Okay.
So I went to the DMV, finally got an appointment. That was the other thing. You only have 30 days to do this once you've moved into your house.
Mm-hmm.
But you must do an appointment online. You can't be a walk-in. You have to make an online appointment. So I go to make an online appointment and it's 2 months away. I'm like, how am I going to meet the 30-day? Well, in that case, you'll have to take a new driver's test and you'll have to, like, I'm not a teenager. I'm 65 years old. This is ridiculous. Plus, I'm a real ID. I had given them all my information for travel and passport. So I'm like, I'm going to have to go through all this again like I'm some kind of a kid, So I was just like really getting pissed. So anyway, by the time I finally got the appointment, Laurie drops me off. Thank you, Laurie.
Mm-hmm.
It takes off. I'm like, I'm going to be here all freaking day. I'll see you tonight, I go in there and the first thing that comes up, I was 7 minutes late. It didn't matter because I was number 77 in line. Didn't matter because all those people got processed sooner rather than later. And all of a sudden, within the first half hour, I was number 7 in the line.
Oh, wow.
So I was 7 minutes late. Number 77 got bumped up to number 7 and got the hell out of there within, what was it, an hour and a half?
What did I tell you about that?
And I didn't have to get a new driver's license. So they renewed it, took a new picture. I had all the data that they needed to prove my residency. Went smooth as butter, and now I'm officially a Nevadan.
Nice. But I keep telling you about that.
Yes, you did.
Always put out the best possible outcome. Put that positive energy out there, and there you go. You got your 7s, and it was luck and alignment. So
yes, it was.
There you go. Yeah,
but that's just and I had seen. And that morning I had 7 minutes left in the microwave for my. 7 kept coming up. 7 minutes late. 7 minutes till Laurie gets here. 7 minutes until my food is warmed up in the microwave. I'm 7 minutes late. Everything was a 7.
Mm-hmm. The universe was talking to you. It was
It's not like I saw 3 7s in a row like you've got here on the list, but 7 kept popping up or reducing to a 7, or I would get 3 in a row.
Right. Yeah, interesting. I want to address something here. Steve is saying, and I think this is kind of interesting. Where are you at? Where's that comment? Steve was saying, oops, hang on.
14 comes up often for me.
Yeah,
14 and 14.
Is that?
Right here, I got it. There you go.
Yeah. Pop it up for me, will you?
Yep.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay, Steve. 14. Now, what you want to do is reduce these numbers. So you want to add them together. So 4 and 1 is a 5. And what does that represent? Change. Okay. Now, if you look at the 14 and the 14, that's 8, 9, 10. That reduces to a 1. That's a completion, or
that's your number.
Not completion. I'm sorry. That is, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Anybody, can you guys help me on this one? The 1, what does the 1 represent again? 1s are
ascended.
Numerology.
Is it an ascension?
I can't believe this. Nope, hang on.
New beginnings or ones.
New beginnings, yeah.
There you go. That's what I was trying to say. Oh my God, I had a senior moment there. Total brain freeze. Wow. Don't get older, you guys. It sucks.
So that's a 10, and a 10 reduces to a 1.
Yeah. So that's kind of how you want to look at it.
So it comes up often for you. Maybe the universe is trying to tell you some big changes are coming your way,
Yep. So
and from them, it's going to be a new beginning.
There you go. Yep. New beginning and change. That's what it's representing. That was what I was trying to say.
Oh, Jasmine was saying 1 is a trailblazer.
There you go. Yeah. Now I'm a life path 1, and I'm definitely a trailblazer.
She's a trailblazer and
no
a teacher.
Doubt about it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you for that.
And Trina says new beginnings activator.
Yep. Spot on. You got
First to go out, Jasmine says.
it. Yep. Me.
Trina, the
I'll do
fool. Who's the fool, Trina?
Oh my God, that's too funny.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, hang on here a second. Okay, let's get to the eights. Okay, everybody sees eights. 888, 8888. This is about abundance, and that represents financial or personal abundance, success, and the flow of energy. So if you're seeing eights, that's what that's telling you. There's abundance coming your way, or you're abundant in something, or you have an abundance of it. Yeah, watch those eights, but that's what those are about. Okay, and here's another favorite number of mine. I love fours and I love nines. 999 or 9999. And this is about completion. 9 is always about completion. And that signals the end of a chapter or a cycle, prompting to release the old and make way for the new. My old address was a 9. That was a completion. 22 years I was in that same house and owned my home. And that was completion. And 9s totally pop up. So Gazakov sees 911, see this everywhere, crazy. So 9 plus 1, 10, and then another one, that's 11. And you could break that down to a 2. So look at that and what those, but 9 is completion. Yep. Yeah. So cool.
And
All
he
right.
sees the 11, so that's interesting. But he sees them both.
Yep. So look at both of those meanings. But, you can do this on your phone. If you're starting to see those numbers, look up what the number means and numerology and all of that. In fact, we did the enneagrams with Jasmine on that, and she talked a lot about what numbers represent and what they mean. You might want to go back and check out that show. But really interesting stuff. So, just all these places that you see this kind of stuff, like on license plates, phone numbers, timestamps, digital clocks, receipts, commonplaces, even the amount of change you get back, like you were saying, Brian, when you receive that change back, those types of things. It's really fascinating how all this works. Yeah.
It's interesting that Gary mentions that because 9 being completion, signaling the end of a chapter or a cycle, prompting him to release the old way to make way for the new. And that's what he's been doing. And he's created something totally new and different and expansive from what he had before.
Yep.
So he's still seeing that. So that's a nudge to stay on the path, right?
Or you could look at it too as 911. What does that represent? An emergency. Usually an emergency call. You might need to be alerted to something. Maybe something's going on in the background that you're not aware of, and they're trying to get your attention on that. That's very possible. But you want to look at all the different meanings and figure out what's happening. Yeah.
But he could have 11 manifestation along with his new beginnings. So he's currently manifesting and making his dreams come true. But he could also have a diseased crop and not know it.
Yeah.
It could be a myriad of many things. You just don't know. But
so keep looking.
Be aware of that. There may be some type of an emergency or something that's developing that hasn't presented itself yet. And the universe is going, watch out for this. Watch out. Maybe look out. You got to consider everything because you don't know what it's going to be till it happens, right?
Right. And if it reduces to a 2, he's in the right place, encouraging trust, harmony, and patience. So all it boils down to is that these are nudges, not crystal balls. And you have to do some soul searching if you're seeing them often enough.
Yep.
Then you want to pay attention and tap into it probably more closely, right?
Definitely. Most definitely.
Yeah.
So we are now at the point where it's time for final thoughts. You guys want to wrap up with some final thoughts on this? Let's start with Grandpa Brian. Final thoughts on this topic tonight, the synchronicities and how the universe talks to us.
just use your discernment when these synchronicities happen, and realize why they're happening and what may be causing it to happen. And just use your discernment, because everything could have a different meaning. For my meaning can be different from your meaning. Seeing the same thing. So just use your discernment to what fits what you feel is right for you.
I like that. Nick, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And you have some final thoughts on this topic tonight?
Realize that they're always talking to you. You just got to know how to pay attention.
Yep. Just be aware.
Yep. And that takes practice.
Definitely.
Unconsciously. Yeah, because starting out, you're going to be like, no.
Yeah.
But then it starts happening.
Right. 7, 7, 8, 8, whatever. But it's really talking to you. It really is. Yeah. How about you, Theresa? Final
Well, I've learned to view it as two levels, or two. On one level, synchronicities are, to me, a form of a higher level of communication with my own self, my own consciousness, my higher minded consciousness, trying to get my attention, trying to point me in the right direction. So I look at it as a coded way or coded messaging system, as a subtle reminder or nudge. And it could be, from the angelics, or it could be from relatives. I don't know. But on a different level, I'm being told it's a pattern, and the whole entire universe is made up of patterns. So to me, it's the language of God itself. It's the language of Source Creator, and everything was created with a number sequence. And there are all kinds of formulas out there and meanings for specific things. When things happen in 7s or things happen in 4s versus when things happen in 3. So to me, looking at these angel numbers is just a way of seeing through the scrim so that you can see the patterns in the universe. And then, as Grandpa Brian said, internalize that, examine that, evaluate it. As Laurie says, pay attention to it, listen to it. Don't get carried away with it or get obsessive compulsive about it. It'll drive you nuts. I've seen people go out there and just like totally like, I saw 4s today. Oh my God. It's not what it's like, calm down, It's just a way of looking at the pattern and the language system behind the unseen world. We have the seen and the unseen, and we have a foot in both, we're spirits having a human experience, and we're humans experiencing spirituality. So either way you look at it, there's a pattern to it all. And just being more aware of it can make a big difference in your life. It certainly has for me.
Yeah, agreed.
I just don't obsess about it or pushing it. Don't push it. Yeah.
And I always constantly hear, be consciously aware.
Yeah.
So my final thoughts on this. Ultimately, synchronicities serve as a bridge between our internal world and our external reality, transforming random coincidences into moments of personal significance. So whether you view them as a psychological pattern, spiritual nod from the universe, or simple statistical probabilities, they invite a deeper level of mindfulness and curiosity about the world around you. And so embracing these moments can provide a sense of alignment and reassurance, suggesting that even in the chaotic world, there is a narrative thread connecting our thoughts to our experiences, as Brian spoke about early in the episode here. So I hope you all enjoyed the show tonight and you got something out of it, and it makes you think and wonder. And I think you're going to look at numbers differently, and you're going to think about synchronicities differently tonight, having watched this. So I hope it helped you. I want to thank Theresa for joining us tonight. Thank you so much for being my best buddy and my co-host.
No
Brian,
problem.
always a pleasure having you on. Thanks for always showing up every week. We really, really appreciate you. And Nick and Jasmine, know you guys have been busy. We have too, and we kind of been missing each other. But hey, you're always on our mind, and we're always thinking about you, and we appreciate all you bring to the channel. So
good to see you in chat, Jazz.
Good to see you in chat, and I hope you're feeling better, Jazz. I hope you're feeling better and things are going well for you. I know things have been a little stressful for you. But I also would like to thank everybody in chat and those who silently watch at home and those who watch later. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your participation. And it's good to know that there are people out there absorbing this, because we see some of the numbers and we know that you're watching. You don't always comment. You're not always in the chat, and that's okay. You are the receptive audience, and that's what's really important for us, is to know you're out there witnessing this and taking something away from it that helps you in the future. So on that note, I just want to thank you all and appreciate you.
Oh, Brian's got
and Brian's got something, and I'm sure he's going to talk about him and Lucky. So go ahead and plug that. Go for it.
You can catch me with Lucky tomorrow night on Lucky Stone 888. We're going to be talking about what we think happened to Jesus the 3 days that he was in the tomb between the crucifixion and the resurrection. So it should be an interesting discussion.
Yeah, very interesting. All right. Well, good. You guys go check it out and see what you think about that.
That's right. For those of you who do practice, do follow Easter. Happy Easter to you.
Yes, I was just going to say that. Yeah, happy Easter to everyone. Yep. All right. Well, peace out, everybody, and thanks again for joining us. We love you all. Take care now.
Much love, everyone. Bye-bye.